having had my gaming channel for a long time, I wanted to start actually doing more IRL kind of content and creating an IRL channel, which is what you're watching now. But obviously, in order to do sort of like more vlogging, etc., showing my life out and about away from behind the computer, I needed an accessible vlogging setup, which after probably about a year of trying to work out, I finally have it. So I'm going to show you all the bits of equipment I use, the camera, the microphone, and how I've made that accessible for myself. To start with, we're going to talk about my tri-ride, because without that, I cannot get very far independently. I'm a little weakling in my wheelchair. I can push around a little bit, but sort of like my max is probably 1 mile to 2 miles. So if you want to go out for a day, I'm not great at doing that. So this is what we're going to start with. We're going to start with tri-ride. I've got it behind me and I'm going to show you how I put it on. Because obviously, if I'm trying to be independent, I've got to be able to put it on and off myself. So let's get into that and over to my tri-ride. So this is my tri-ride, and the tri-ride I have, I think, is the HT Compact with quad controls. But once I've got it on, I will show you all my quad controls, how I actually operate it, how I actually drive with it. It's quite cool. Works a little bit like my van. I've not shown everybody my van on this channel, but it is on my other channel, I think. But I will do a video on my van eventually when I get around to doing it. So in order to put it on, I basically have to make sure it's flat on the ground with these stabilizers on the ground, sort of like my same height. We've got it set up for my height, so it's quite good actually. And then, I don't know if you can all see, but on here, I have got these little twisty screw things, which I have to undo on both sides of my wheelchair. These just sort of like, once the tri-ride is slid into the slots, I tighten it on so my chair does not come loose and basically has good grip, so that when I accelerate, my chair doesn't get left behind, which obviously you don't want to have. This is always the hardest bit for me, lining up. I'm so bad at lining up my tri-ride with the grip slots that you're meant to have. I don't know why I'm so bad at it, I just am. So once I think I've got that lined up and the screws are undone, I lift the handles up and then it slides in. I have little marks on my tri-ride, so I know how far to go in there just from Sharpie, from when I went to go and got it collected and they set my tri-ride up for me. And I thought, if I don't have marks on these bars to know how far to actually drive it in, knowing me, I'm going to be stupid one time and either have it too far away or not close enough. Wait, that's the same thing. Too far away or too close to me, and it was just going to cause issues. So I've got little marks on the bars, so I know how close to bring my tri-ride into me. But they are fading a little bit. And because I've got the quad sort of like screw turning, I don't know what they're called. I think they're called like quad grips. I'll put the link in the comments, or I'll put an image somewhere around my video right now so you can all see what I mean. But they've got extra sort of like grippy bits for my hands, because my hands are pretty bad and I don't get like actual grip on the standard ones that tri-ride do. Then once that's in, this is the trick that I use to get the tri-ride up and into its lock position. Pop a wheelie or lift it up, and then I rotate it to the right. If my brakes aren't very strong at the moment, so it keeps moving, I have to do this quick. I wonder if I can hold it with both hands. Normally, if my brakes are done tight and my wheels are pumped, I don't have this issue. But at the moment, I'm very lazy and I haven't pumped my tyres in about a month. So my brakes don't grip very well at all. And it tries to rotate me. But basically, I lift it up. Let's see if we can get it done quick. No. Attempt 3. Wheeling. No, it's done it again. We will get there eventually. This is just me being unprepared and not having good brakes at the moment. I wonder if I move forward a little bit. I could use the chair behind me and brake myself against that, but I don't really want to. Come on, walls. This is just a reminder that I need to pump my tyres up. I do need to pump my tyres up big time. I wonder if I go the other way. You can go both ways, but it's... Okay, I've got it locked there. I've got it locked. So there's a strap here, or a little lever here, that I have to lift up and lock into position. And then it grips. And now my tri-ride is in the upright drive position. Then it's just about switching this button on here to power it on the little control panel I've got here. Turn it on there. Make sure it's in drive. And away we go. Now let me come back and grab my GoPro and I will show you all my controls that I use. So I've got my GoPro now, handheld mode. I'm not the best in handheld mode. I might be a little bit wobbly, but we should be okay. So let me show you now my sort of like the controls I use for my tri-ride, how it all works. I am going to turn it off so I don't go flying when I accelerate. So this is a view we have from my side of my tri-ride. We have the control panel, a electronic brake with a cruise control button, and then my brake and accelerator. So with the control panel, we have the on button, and then sort of like, I think they're gears, sort of like how fast you want to go and your sort of like acceleration, with the up and down arrows, as well as turning on your sort of like floodlight, but the light's pretty poor if I'm honest. But they are the very simple buttons. Then down here, we have two switches. The switches are for, on the left, is for forward or reverse, but for some reason they're labeled on and off. And then on the right is this sort of like MDT automatic braking, which sort of like works. So you always have to be accelerating on your accelerator to move. And then as soon as you let go of your accelerator, you automatically brake, which is a little bit annoying if I'm honest. And I have never really got the hang of it or really found it comfortable. I much prefer sort of like your typical movement that you would have in a car or when biking, where you basically continue cruising if you let go of your accelerator or anything like that, unless you brake, which is what I like and the method that I use. So I actually have that turned off the whole time. So I'm going to turn my tri-ride off quickly, pushing the off button. So when I show you my accelerator and my brake, I don't go flying. So now on to my accelerator and brake. It is basically this lever that I pull and push. So in order to accelerate, I would, oh wait, it doesn't help. I'm trying to hold my GoPro and accelerate at the same time, so it is moving. But basically I pull this to accelerate, and that pulls that lever on the circle of the handlebar to accelerate. And then I push to brake, and it's really simple, works quite well. I think the fastest I've been is 13 miles an hour, and it's pretty scary from my point of view because I'm quite small and tall. So it's got sort of like a high center of gravity, so I did not turn quickly and I really did not enjoy it. Now for all the little like gadgets that I've got on my tri-ride. So on the left here, that is my GoPro mount, which I obviously can't show you because we've got the GoPro on right now, but that and the actual GoPro connector that I've got, or the slide that it comes into, makes it so much easier for me to like vlog and use my GoPro whilst moving. I've got the pole kit, I think, that GoPro sell it as, so the GoPro is actually on like a gimbal. Well, it's not really a gimbal, it's like a gimbal, so I can spin it whilst it's connected in the same mount. I don't have to undo it and turn it around or anything like that. I can rotate it 360 degrees, which I will show you when I've got the GoPro on. And then on the right hand side is just my MagSafe mount for my phone. Let me put the GoPro down a second and I will show you it. So then my phone literally just clips on there with a magnet and MagSafe. I did end up buying an extender for it, so my phone camera pokes over the top of my bag on the front of my tri-ride, because that just keeps all my catheters and all my bits and bobs that I need for the day, because I can't reach my backpack on the back. So now I can sort of like try and record vertical content whilst driving and out and about without catching basically most of this bag in the view. Shall we go for a little drive whilst I talk to you about the mic setup that I've got and everything else? So with my setup, now it means that I can basically drive about, don't have to hold a camera, and you can all hear me. As you can tell, I'm down a reasonably, actually not too busy road. It's normally a little bit busier. So obviously previously, whenever I've tried to make content in the past and I'm out and about and I'm trying to do it independently, I can't basically push and move and record and do all that at the same time. But now I can. So it's a pretty big win. Now the microphone that I use is a DJI Mic Mini. And I mainly got those because they were, well, a DJI mic, and they seemed like pretty good, and they were cheaper than the DJI 2s and the 3. I think a 3s came out recently, and they're about the same size as the DJI Mic Minis. So I might eventually upgrade, but I think they sound okay at the moment and have sounded okay when I've used them in the past. Well, especially for like mics that are like 100 quid, I think, and I got 2 of them. So that they're not too bad, and they just plug straight into my GoPro. So one thing with the DJI mics is that I really struggled to use them independently at first, and I'm going to show you the solution that I've came up with later when I get back home. But basically on the DJI mics, I think they're all like this. They have either a magnet that you can put between your clothing and your microphone, and then it sort of like uses magnetism to connect and cling onto your shirt like I'm doing now. And I'm going to show you my hack when I get home. Or you can use a clip and basically clip it to your shirt like you would most mics. But with my hand function, I cannot do that. So when I get home, I'm going to show you the solution that, well, I'm not going to take all the credit for it because I didn't actually come up with the solution, but others online had a solution that I've adopted and, well, changed a little bit just so I can use these mics independently, put them on, connect them to my GoPro, and be out and about like we are now. But you're gonna have to wait for me to get home for that because it involves my 3D printer. So I've just got in, back home. I kind of left the gate open. I'm gonna be in trouble for doing that. Oh well, I don't think anybody's stolen anything. Nope. All my mic and gear and crap that I just left in the garden is still there. Let me go, take my tri-ride off, and I will meet you in a minute to go through my little accessible mic setup that I have created. I also realised I didn't tell you what GoPro I have. I have the GoPro Hero 9 with the media mod attached, so I can plug in my DJI mics with a little audio cable. See you in a second. Hello, yes, it's Editing Walls here, and yes, I edit all my own videos, but I've just realised I didn't record any commentary alongside the clips I recorded once back in my studio. So as I mentioned, I use the DJI Mic Minis, and as I'm demonstrating here, the mics are very small and I don't have enough strength to use the clip feature. But after searching online, I have found a solution which I now use and can 3D print in seconds. Well, not seconds, it's more like minutes, but you get the drift. The DJI mics come with magnets, as I've already mentioned, where you place the magnet on one side of your clothing, your mic the other, and the force of the magnet keeps everything attached to you. Unfortunately, I struggle with this magnet as I don't have enough function to hold it under my top, and then obviously lose the magnet under my clothing, or I drop my microphone. So this 3D printed design allows you to clip the magnet in a holder, and then in turn create a necklace with the magnet on the end. So now I can loop the necklace around my neck, tuck the magnet underneath my t-shirt or top. I'll put it under my jumper this time. It might be a little thick, so it might not work. And then take my mic, and it should clip on to my top like that, and I'm able to use the DJI Mic Minis with no help at all. Editing Walls is also going to end this video, so if you have any questions about creating your own accessible vlog setup, direct them in the comments. If you found this video at all interesting or useful, a like and subscribe would go a long way to helping me set up this channel. And if you want to see the setup in action, watch one of these Canada videos.